Hi everyone. Before going to start Python programming, any software should require to do any scripting languages or programming languages. We need some software or we need some integrated development environment tools. If you want to do Python programming, yes sir, we have so many environment tools are there in market. All are open source. In today's class, we are going to discuss about one of the most famous editor, that is Anaconda Navigator, which is a community for a couple of tools. So once you install Anaconda Navigator, it is available for Mac, it is available for Unix, also available for Windows. So once you have successful installation of Anaconda Navigator, we have Spider, which is one of the IDE for Python programming. Not only Spider, along with Anaconda Navigator, we have Jupyter Notebook. Also, the people can also use VS Code. It's up to your optional usage. So in this session, usually I will use Spider. Let me launch Spider for Python. Okay. Yeah. Basically, in today's session, we are going to discuss about how to write a Python script, how to execute a Python script, and what are various operators that are available, how can we declare variables. We will see a basic things along with conditional statements, something like that. Let me open, just wait, Spider. Along with Spider, it's not at all required mandatory. Even you can go with PyCharm, even you can go with Atom. So many people will use VS Code or PyCharm. At the same time, even it's not a big deal. Basically, the way of programming is the same, irrespective of any IDE. Along with Spider, there are two versions are there. Spider 2.7, and at the same time, we have Spider 3.8. As of now in the market, Spider 2.7 is scrapped actually. Currently, we do have 3.8 actually. In current market coming soon, we have 3.9 also. It's not yet updated, but it will coming soon actually. If you see here, on left hand side, we can write a Python script, however you know, and we can execute here itself. If you see one run button on the top, and you can see the console. In console, you can see the output. It's very simple interface where any non-technical person or technical person can understand. Yeah. So let me write one sample code, how to write a sample code and how to save it. I'm just saving it as a sample demo file. You have to save it as a file name now. So basically, I just want to save it on desktop, and I want to save it as a sample demo.py. Wherever you work with the Python files, the extension of the Python file is .py extension. However, you can follow with other technologies like .java, something like that. Yeah. Now, first of all, I want to talk about a very simple statement. Every programming language or scripting language should require output statement. What do you mean by output statement? You want to see some output on the console. For that purpose only we are writing Python script, right? So we have a simple statement, print. Okay, print, parenthesis open, parenthesis close, in double quotations, open. Whatever you want to print on the console, you can print on it. Welcome to Python. Irrespective of case sensitive, you can give anything. Welcome to Python. If you execute here, simply it will print welcome to Python in a console. See here, you can easily identify welcome to Python. At the same time, whenever you want to clear the console, you can have right click and clear console. You can clear the console. Yeah, so print is the output statement in Python. Just like if you know C language, we have printf. If you know C++, cout. If you know Java, system.out.println. Just like every programming language will have some output statements. Na? So if you know JavaScript document.write, in the similar way, in Python, we have print statement. And we have very small technique is there. I want to print welcome to Python 100 times. You don't need to write welcome to Python 100 times. Simply, you can write *100. Ultimately, it will print welcome to Python side by side 100 times. See here, very simple. But the same program, if you want to write in Java or any other programming language or any other scripting language, you must and should have at least one while loop or for loop or do while. Without for loop or do while loop, you cannot do any scripting language. But this is the one of the technique, very simplest format if you want to print welcome to Python into 100 times. So this is the one of the shortcut where we can use for strings actually. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now we are going to talk about a variable. What is a variable? Why we need a variable? What is the purpose of variable? Yes, sir. A variable is a container which can store a value. What value you can store? You can store integer or decimal or boolean, or it can be character, it can be string. So how can I declare a variable? Why? How can I store a value? Yes, sir. Every variable can have any name. Any name. For suppose I have a variable var. So var is the variable name. How can you assign a value? You using assignment operator equal to. For suppose if I say 100, that means the value of var is 100. Yes, sir. So not only integer, I can say 10.56. It means that the value of var is 10.56. So if you compare it again, programming languages like C or C++ or Java, you should have data type concept. No way, there is no data type concept in Python. Not only any scripting language, mostly we don't have data type concept. In the similar way, Python is also scripting language. Na? So we don't have data type concept. From this, what you have to understand, a variable can hold any value. For suppose, again, I want to store a string value. See here, double quotations, Surya. So whenever you want to store a string value, you have to enclose in double quotations, which is mandatory. At the same time, not only string value, if you want, it's up to you. We can also store a boolean value, false. So a variable can hold in Python any type of value. You can also declare any number of values, variables. Okay, simply. Now I have one variable var1 equal to 100 or 200. Let me take one more variable var2 equal to 300. Yeah. Now if I say print var1 general calculator operation plus addition operator, where you can find in calculators, right? So in the similar way, var2, it means that what I mean to say, I want to print var1 plus var2. You know what is the value of var1? 200. What is the value of var2? 300. So whenever you say var1 plus var2, it's ultimately 500. Sir, you should not put double quotations. What will happen if you put double quotations? As per print statement, it will print as is. That is not correct, no? Still we will check. So from this, what you understand, if you put double quotations, it will print as is. If you would remove double quotations, it will consider it as variables. So plus is a arithmetic operator. So in the similar way, we can also have not only calculator. In calculator, you know, we have other operators also. We have other buttons actually. So I can say var2 minus var1. That means what? 300 minus 200. It's simply again 100, which is a subtraction arithmetic operator. At the same time, in calculator, we can also find one more very basic operator. Very basic operator, star. So what do you mean by star? Multiplication. So 200 star 300, it's 60,000. So basically these are all very basic arithmetic operations which is required. At the same time, print, I want to divide var2 slash var1. That means what? 300 slash 200. It will give you the quotient. When you divide 300 with 200, the quotient is maximum 1. So that's why it is displaying the quotient. All plus, minus, subtraction, multiplication, division, or arithmetic operations in mathematics. That's why we do have same arithmetic operations here. You know very well, without having arithmetic operations, you cannot perform any transaction in this world. That's why we need these operations. So at the same time, we have one more arithmetic operator, percentile. This is common in C, C++, Java, and Python. We will call it as modulus operator. So what is the purpose of modulus operator? No, if you divide 300 with 200, you will get a remainder, not quotient. You will get a remainder. So we will see what is the remainder. Yes, the remainder is 100. You can just imagine if you divide 300 with 200, 200 once, 200. So 300 minus 200, 100. So basically we have very specific arithmetic operators are there. Plus, minus, star, slash, percentile. And I can mention here as a comment line for your future reference, arithmetic operators. So what are they? Plus, minus, star, slash, modulus. Yes, sir. And we have one more operator, very, very simple operator. Let me discuss. I have a fruit. I have a variable fruit. So the value of fruit is mango, which is a string. You can give single quotation or double quotations also. There is no specific syntax. It's up to you. Even if you give double quotations, it will agree. Even if you give single quotations, it will agree. So I have a variable fruit equal to mango. So if I say print fruit, so what is the fruit value? Mango. In Python, we have one operator, very pretty straightforward operator, in operator. So what is the purpose of in? So the purpose of in is, I will give you the set of fruit names here. So for suppose, I have grapes, comma, I have apple, comma, I have orange. So if you see about this in operator, so the value of fruit is mango, right? So it will check whether mango is existing in grapes, apple, orange. No, it's not there. So it will return false. If you see here, execute, and you can see the output as false. For suppose, just imagine I will add one more fruit here in the set, mango. So now you can check it. Again, I can check it as fruit, mango, existing in grapes, apple, orange, mango. Yes, it is existing, right? So since it is existing, it will return true. And in Spider, there is one of the advantage. You can select only 2 lines. I want to execute only these 2 lines. So we have an option, one more option to execute whatever the current line, current cells are there selected, it will execute. See here, true, because it is existing, right? That's why in is a operator, one of the basic operator in Python. Yes, sir. All right. However, I can compare with C language or any other programming languages, any other scripting languages. We have relational operators. Let me discuss one by one. Very, very simple. Print var1 less than var2. What does it mean? You know, 200 less than 300. Yes, according to mathematics, 200 is less than 300. So it will give you true. The result will be true. So less than is one of the relational operator. At the same time, we can also check with like this also. var1 greater than var2. Again, we can check it. 200 greater than 300. Now 200 is not greater than 300 now. So which will give you the output as false. If you can see here, the final output is false. So less than is a relational operator, greater than is a relational operator. At the same time, we can also have one more operator, less than equal to. It will check two times. First of all, it will check 200 is less than 300. Yes. 200 is equal to 300. No. But among two times, the first condition is true now. So 200 is less than equal to 300. Ultimately, we can say naturally. So the answer is true. Yes. So less than equal to is also a relational operator. Let me check with one more operator, greater than equal to. However, we have less than equal to. We can also check with greater than equal to. Now we will check. 200 greater than 300? No. 200 equal to 300? No. 2 times false, false. So overall, the answer will be false. So 200 is greater than equal to 300? False. So like that, we have one more operator, very pretty straightforward operator. Where one not equal to, we have not equal to, how can you represent? Exclamatory equal to. So where one not equal to, where two. So I can say that 200 not equal to 300. Yes, 200 is not equal to 300, right? So it will be true. So it will compare, basically relational operators, it will compare with the relation between two values or two variables. So based on that, less than, greater than, less than equal to, not equal to, or relational operators. I can highlight here as a comment line, single line comment, relational operators, or greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and last operator is not equal to. Yes. So without having these operators, we cannot proceed further. That's why every programming language, first of all, we have to talk all these things, very, very basic things. So far we have discussed arithmetic operators, in operator, relational operator. Fine. Yes, sir. Now let me talk one more. Print. What you want to print? I want to print var1 less than var2. What is the answer? 200 less than 300? Yes. True. Now we have one more English keyword, just like AND. AND is a operator. Now I will give one more condition, var2 greater than var1. So if you see the second condition, 300 greater than 200, which is true. What about the first condition? Which is true. According to AND operator, I can say if both conditions are true, the ultimate answer will be true. Indirectly, I can say among two conditions, if any one condition is false, the answer will be false. So since here at present both conditions are true, so I can say true. Let me compile this directly. I can execute here. See, true. So we have AND operator. Always you have to remember once again, you can have 100 conditions, but all 100 conditions should be true to get answer true. In the similar way, we have one more operator. Let me go through. var1 less than var2. So according to this, 200 less than 300. Yes, it's true. Now we have English keyword, just like operator or operator. Again, I can say var2. So basically, I have 300 less than 200. No, condition is false. So first condition is true and second condition is false. According to OR operator, I can say that among two conditions, if any one condition is true, that is enough. If at least one condition is true, the answer will be true. You can see here. Even though second condition is false, but still we are getting true. That is OR operator. Even these are the common operators. These operators are called logical operators. Yes. Yes, sir. Let me go through one more. var1 less than var2. Simple condition. 200 less than 300? Yes. Perfectly true. 200 is less than 300? Perfectly true. We have one more logical operator, which is just like an English keyword, not. So whenever you say not, not true. That means opposite of true, false, na? So not is a operator which is the negation of the original value. So not true, false. If you see here, last output, false. So these are and, or, not, or logical operators. So I can say and, or, not. So we have arithmetic operators, we have relational operators, and we have logical operators. Based on the situation, based on the requirement, we have to select respective operator and we have to make it success. Yes, sir? Yeah. Let me open one more file, a fresh file. I can say demo2. You can save it as however you like, but the first character should not be digit. Make sure that. Yes, sir. I have two variables, name1 equal to Surya. At the same time, I have one more variable, name2 equal to Thomas. Now, I just want to compare both the variables, name1 and name2. How can I compare Surya and Thomas? I can compare, how can I compare in the sense, name1 double equal to Thomas, name2. So what it will do, you know, basically it will check Surya equal to Thomas. Both are equal? No, both are not equal, right? So what will happen is double equal to. Using double equal to, we can compare any two values. Any two values means any two integer values, any two decimal values, any two string values, any two characters, or any two objects, any two variables. So here I can say false. Why? Because Surya, Thomas are not equal, right? That's why. For suppose if I say name2 equal to Surya, name1 equal to Surya. So now you can compare Surya equal to Surya. Yes, that's why it's true. So we have, this is one of the common operator wherever you can identify in all programming languages, that is called comparison operator. What is the comparison operator? Double equal to. Assignment operator is different. Double equal to comparison operator is different. Assignment means equal to, single equal to. You can assign Surya to name1. Double equal to means you can cross check with name1 and name2. Yes, sir? And we have one more few operators are there. Let's say I have a variable var equal to 100. What do you mean by variable? You know exactly. I can say that a variable is a container which can hold a value, and this is not permanent. Actually, a variable can vary. The value of a variable may vary, may changes, may modify. So now I want to make a modification with var. How can I modify? You know, we have one operator plus equal to increment operator. So what do you increment? 50. So what do you mean by increment? Actually, whenever you have salary of 1,000, sir, I got increment of 2,000. That means what? Your salary was incremented by 3,000 totally. So in the similar way, the original value of var is 100. So now I want to increment with 50. What does it mean? The 100 value will increment with 50, total 150. So if I say print var, so it will give you total 150. You can see here. That means plus equal to is a increment operator. It will increment the existing value of a variable. Okay. Now, if anyone asks you what is the value of var, it will be 150. So at the same time, var minus equal to decrement operator. So I want to decrement 70. So you know very well what is the value of var. The latest value of var is 150. So 150 minus 70. So let's see. Print var 80. Correct, right? Because the latest value of var is 150. So 150 minus 70. So that is 80. So this is called decrement operator. So if you, whenever you want to increment, you can use plus equal to. Whenever you want to decrement, you can use minus equal to. In a similar way, we have other operators also, but we don't have specific names. But I can say that var star equal to 2. So what is the value of var? Recently 80. So 80 star 2 star equal to 2 means 80 into 2 equal to 160. So the value of variable var changed to 160. If you want, you can see here print var. So let me clear the console and you can execute this. 160. See here. So star equal to means it will multiply the existing value of var with 2. In the similar way, we have one more variable, one more operator var slash equal to 2. So that means what? The latest value of var is 160. So 160 by 2. So what is the 160 by 2? 80, right? Again. So or else I can say 160 by 5. So we will see print var. So the latest value will be, select this and execute this. You will just 32. So 32 is the latest value of var. So we have such a kind of operators also here in Python. So as and when required, we have to go with arithmetic operators, in operator, logical operator, comparison operator, relational operators, increment operators or decrement operators. Yes, sir. Yeah. Let me open a new file again. And if you want to clear the console, we have shortcut as well in Spider. Control L. It will clear the console. Let me save it again. Demo3.py. Now I have a variable name, or I have a variable num equal to 23. Now I just want to decide whether 23 is even number or odd number. So 23 is odd number. How can you tell 23 is odd number? According to mathematics, if any number, if you divide with 2, you will get a remainder. So if that remainder is 0, that is even. If that remainder is odd, that is, if the remainder is 1, then that is odd. So first of all, I want to, according to mathematics, I will take one small variable r. I want to divide num. What is the num value? 23. So 23 percentile 2. Why we have to use percentile? Because we want to get a remainder. If you want to get a remainder, you have to go with modulus operator. So 23 divided by 2. Definitely the remainder is 1. So after that, I want to check. How can you check if the remainder is 1 or if the remainder is 0, if the remainder is 2? So if you want to check whether the particular remainder is 1 or 2, so we have to go with normal if condition, conditional statement. So using if condition, I want to check r equal to 0. That means if r equal to 0, that means if the remainder is 0, according to if condition in Python, okay, if this condition satisfies, do something. So this condition is satisfies colon. According to syntax, colon is mandatory and enter. According to if condition, if you see here, the cursor is waiting somewhere. So from that cursor point, you have to put something, whatever you want to execute. So I can say print even. See, now again I'm explaining you 23 percentile 2. So the remainder is 1. So R value 1. So I can say if 1 equal to 0, no, condition false. That means it won't come inside. It won't come inside. In that case, what I can say, I will go with the next condition, else. So after else also, you have to put colon, come again, print odd. So I can say ODD, odd. Yes, sir. Let me put parenthesis here also. That means according to if condition, you have to decide if condition is true, do something. Else, if condition is false, come to else part. So in this case, the remainder is 1. 1 equal to 0? No, false. Condition is false. So that's why it will come to else part. So odd. So according to that, what I'm going to say, very simple. So according to conditional statement, if condition, so that means you can write any condition, no problem. It depends on your problem statement. If this condition is true, colon is mandatory. So you have to type and you can do task 1. Any task. Otherwise, else colon task 2. That means here we have 2 tasks are there. If condition becomes true, it will execute task 1. Otherwise, it will come to else part and it will execute task 2. If you won't put colon, it is a syntax error. Again, I'm telling you, you have to follow indentation. What do you mean by indentation? That means according to syntax of Python, if you write this task here, it won't agree. It is a syntax error. So you have to follow indentation. See, in C language or C++ and Java, however, we have using curly braces open, curly braces close to maintain a indentation. But here we don't have such concept. Curly braces open, curly braces close, but we have to follow strictly indentation. So like this, we have used the same concept here. If this condition is true, the task is print even. If this condition is false, the task is print odd. Now I want to change the value. See here, 88. So let me discuss once again. 88 percentile 2. So if I divide 88 with 2, the remainder is 0. So what is our value? 0. So now 0 equal to 0. Condition true. If condition is true, it will come to line number 6. So it will print even. Let's see. Even. But I am not satisfying with output. I want a clear cut output. What I can say, you know. So I will make a small change. I will put num. Num even. That means what is num value? 88. But I want to print num 88 is even. So let me put is even. So here we have to put one concatenation operator to print 88 and is even string. So in Python, we have one more operator, concatenation operator, comma. So what will happen, you know, it will print 88 and is even. So 88 is even. In a similar way, I can make a change, num, concatenation operator, again is. So is odd. So let me see. 88 is even. Got you? Actually, if it is 2.7, you no need to have parenthesis. If it is 3.8, you should have parenthesis. That is also one of the small changes required. Let's see. 88 is even. So there are some syntax changes also with respect to Python 2.1 and with respect to Python 3.6 or 3.7. So small changes are there. So those changes also we will discuss. So in 2.7, parenthesis is not required. In 3.8, parenthesis is required. So that's why 88 is even, it is showing. So if anyone asks you what concatenation operator in Python, simply you can say comma. Fine. Yeah. Let us see one more example. Let us see one more example on this conditional statement. Very simple example. Okay. Yes, I have a variable ch equal to a small character y. I will ask you a question. I want to check whether the character y is vowel or consonant. Very, very pretty straightforward answer. You people know very well. What are the vowels in English? A, E, I, O, U. So in this A, E, I, O, U, is it Y is existing? No, Y is not existing. So how can you validate whether the Y is vowel or consonant? That means the value of CHY is vowel or consonant. I can say using conditional statement, we will see here if. What does it mean? If CH using in operator, we discussed just now, right? Using in operator, we can also check with what are the existing vowels are there. So I will check with A, E, I, O, U. Because why we have discussed A, E, I, O, U? Because A, E, I, O, U are vowels. So you have to put colon, which is mandatory. Now what will happen, you know, it will check what is the value of CH, Y. Y existing in A, E, I, O, U? No. So if it is not existing, it will go to else part. So first of all, we will write else part. That means print consonant. For suppose at any point of case, if this condition is true, what I have to print? Print vowel. So that's why I can say vowel. If you want perfect output, again I can say ch concatenation is vowel. Okay. At the same time, ch concatenation operator comma is consonant to get a perfect answer. So let's see. Clear the console. Please execute. Is consonant. Let me change the y value as u. So what is the value of ch? U. You have to check u in A, E, I, O, U. Yes, u is available in set of characters A, E, I, O, U. So condition is true. If the condition is true, it will come to 6. If the condition is false, it will come to 8. So in this scenario, it will come to line number 6. So it will execute as u is well. Why not? So this if condition, which is very simple if condition, where you can use for normal conditional checks. According to requirement, we have to check which one is required. Okay. Yes, sir. So always we are giving values, hard-coded values. Why we have to give hard-coded values? Why not we cannot take input from keyboard? If you know C language, we have scanf. If you know C++, cin. In the similar way, if you want to take input from keyboard, I want to accept a keyboard. I want the user, the end customer has to provide input, right? So for that purpose, if it is 2.7, we have one function, very simple function, raw_input, which is a predefined function where you can accept a character from keyboard. So according to syntax, you can put some label, enter a character. So whatever you give in double quotations, it will print as is, and raw input will accept a value from keyboard at the time of execution. Let me execute. See here. If you execute, it will print enter a character and the cursor is waiting here. So you can give any value, whatever you like. So for suppose, I will give P. So whenever you enter P, the P value will assign it to CH. So P in AEIOU, no, condition is false. So it will go to else part. So let us see, enter. P is consonant. So we can check any condition right now. Any character we can check however you like. So for suppose if I say E, definitely E is vowel. Yes, sir? Yeah. So raw input is a function where user can accept a string from keyboard. So this is about 2.7. Again, I'm talking you about 3.8. So if it is 3.6 or 3.7 or 3, don't use raw input. Instead of raw input, you have to use input. Very simple. Then because the function has been updated as input in latest versions, so that's why don't use raw input, will not work in the latest versions of Python, and you have to prefer input. So since I have 7, I have to prefer again raw input. Hope you understand. So like this we can accept any character from code. Yeah. Yeah. A small example to understand with if condition. Demo 4.py. Yeah. Very pretty straightforward example about a student marks. M1 equal to marks 1. I have 78. M2 is a variable having 56. M3 is a variable having 61. Now I want to find out in this example, I want to find out total of marks 1, marks 2, marks 3. I want to find out average. Based on the average, I want to decide grade, whether it is first class or second class, third class or failed. Okay, I have 3 marks. Let's see, very simple example using conditional statement again. Based on the average, we have to evaluate whether the student is having first or second or third or fail. So let me have one variable TOT. Why? I have to find out total, right? Using arithmetic operators. M1 plus M2 plus M3. Next, I want to have average. Take one more variable. How can you find out average in mathematics? I can say TOT by number of subjects by 3, because I have 3 subjects, right? M1, M2, M3. That's why total by 3. Then I can say that according to conditional statement, if my first condition is in India, if average is greater than equal to 60, that is called first class. That's why I put a condition if average is greater than equal to 60. First of all, we will decide. Okay. Average is greater than equal to 60, that is first class. So, and if it is 50 to 60, that means the range is 50 to 60 average. So then that is called second class. For suppose 35 to 50, that is range. If that is the range of average, then that is called third class. Otherwise, if it is below, what is this, sir? Usually we will call it as fail, right? So based on these conditions, I will decide what grade is the student. Let's see. So if average is greater than equal to 60, according to this, I want to print what? I want to print first class. At the same time, I will write one more if condition. You can write multiple if conditions also. If average in Python, we can check like this. See here. If average in range function, you can easily give 50, 60. It will check directly. If average is in the range of 50, 60, you can write what you can write. We can have same second class. Just now I told you, right? If it is in the range of 50, yes. At the same time, I will check one more if condition. I will write one more if condition. What is that? Third condition, 35 to 50. If it is in the range of 35 to 50, I can say, so if this is second class, at the same time, What is the range of this is third class, right? Sorry. So the final point is fail, correct? For the final case, we no need to write actually. So what I can say, simply I can say else. Simply I can say else. That means that is below 35. So that I can say failed. But what I mean to say, since we have so many conditions to, you need to write multiple if like that. Instead of that, we can go with we have elif, else if. That means if this condition is satisfied, not satisfied, then we will come to this condition, else if. Again, if this condition also does not in suppose, then again I can go with lf. So finally I can say else. So instead of if conditions, whenever you have to go with else if. Let's see, according to marks, whatever we have given, it will display respect to grade first class. That means might be average is above 60. If you want to print, you can print also. What is there? Print total. I want to print total na, comma TOT. At the same time, I want to print average. So how can you print average? Average, double quotations, concatenation operator, AVG. All right. Then grade. So total 195. So average 65. That's first class. According to if condition, first class. If you want, you can check with normal marks also. 32 for suppose. 31. I can say 23. So all are failed marks, right? So that's why if you see here, the console, total average is 28. So 28 is greater than 60? No. Average in the range of 50 to 60? 28? No, it is not in the range. 28 is the range of 35 to 50? No. So that's why it's failed. So it will check like each and every condition. Based on the condition, if condition is true, the respective task executed. So that's why in this case, it came to fail part. Sir, so far we are accepting hard coding values. I don't want to hard code. I want to take input from keyboard. So that's why what I will do, again I will say raw input. What you want to accept? Enter marks 1. So in the similar way, I want to accept marks 2. In the similar way, I want to accept marks 3. So M1 plus M2 plus M3. But with the help of raw input or input, we can accept only strings from keyboard. But I cannot accept integers. I cannot accept decimals. I can Boolean. So if you want to accept, you have to do casting. So type casting. How can I convert a string into integer? Simply say int, open parenthesis, close the parenthesis. So automatically whatever you accept from keyboard, it will convert integer. At the same time, I will do same int, parenthesis open, parenthesis close. It will convert into integer. At the same time, int, parenthesis open, parenthesis close. It will type cast. Okay, it will convert a string integer. Let us see. So here the cursor is waiting. You can enter whatever marks you want. 45, 57. At the same time, 49. So actually we accepted string only. Is a string converted into original integer value 45. 57 is a string. It was converted into 57. 49 is a string. It was converted into 49. So now if you enter, so that According to marks that you are accepting from keyboard, it is calculating the total, it is calculating the average, and it is calculating the grade also. So see here how input is helpful for us. For 3.8 people, please prefer input actually. The remaining story is same. At the same time, for suppose if you accept the decimal values, yes sir, we have to go with the float, which is a decimal type. In a similar way, you can accept marks in decimals also, float. And so the same output get if you can give in points also, simple. So integer in the sense it will convert into integer, float in the sense it will convert into. For your kind information, I can say bool. That means if you accept some value, it will try to convert into boolean. So as of now, it's not. It will convert into float. Yes, sir. All right. So based on this, you have to understand how if condition, how to use a range function, and how we can convert into integer or float, and what is the purpose of input or raw input, and what is the purpose of LF. Again, I'm telling you, sir, if you won't follow indentation, definitely Python will give you errors, compile time errors. Okay, even you can check it now itself. I want to write print statement here. I want to write print statement here. So see here, your spider is giving warning actually. It's a clear-cut warning, an indented block. That means you're not following the proper indentation. So you have to follow perfect indentation here, like that. So whenever you practice accordingly, you will get to know how to follow indentation. Fine, sir? Okay. Let me create a new Python file. Save it. Demo file. Yes, sir. I have a variable, very simple variable num equal to 100. So if I say print num, definitely it will print 100. In a similar way, I will copy same for 5. What is the output? It will print 100 5 times. If you can see here, num 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Sir, tomorrow I want to print 100 times. I want to print 100,000 times. So will you write print 100, print num for 100 times? No, it's not correct procedure. So that means I want to print num value 100 times. So if you want to make the same task for n number of times, so this is not a correct approach. If you go with any other programming language, the similar task has to be done for n times. Definitely you have to go with the loop. Before going to with loop, yes sir, what is a loop and why we have to use loop? If you want to use loop, what are the 5 points that you have to remember? So there are 3 types of loops are there in any programming language, but in Python we have 2 loops only. One, and second, for. So using while loop or using for loop, we can do n number of tasks, repetitive for n number of times. So for that, you have to remember 5 points, which is mandatory. Let us see the first point. Any programming language, sir, I'm not at all talking about Python. I'm just talking about a loop. You should be aware what is the start, where you want to start. That is the first you should aware. Where you want to end, you should aware of ending point. Next, you should have condition. On what condition basis the loop should repeat? So you have to be very clear with condition. What condition is required? Next, what is the regular task, repetitive task to be done? You should be aware of it. And last point, it's mandatory. If you want to repeat the loop again, you have to either do increment or decrement starting point. You can do either either increment the starting point or decrement the starting point based on the condition. If you can remember these 5 points, yes sir, any technology you can do loops, either for loop or while loop, you can do easily. Again, I'm telling you where you want to start, where you want to end, on what condition your task has to be done. If the condition is true, definitely task will be done until the condition is true. If the condition is false, your task will not done. And the last point is, if the loop has to repeat again, you have to increment the starting point or decrement the starting point. The same points, I will show you a simple example right now. Let's see. So starting point, I can say start equal to 1. Start is a variable, then the value is 1. End equal to 10. So first two conditions are true, right? Starting point I know 1, ending point I know 10. So now I want to talk about condition using while loop. All right. According to while loop, you have to give while just like a if condition, but while condition. So my condition is that start less than equal to end. That means colon is mandatory. So according to while condition 1, the start value 1 is less than 10. Yes, 1 is less than 10. So condition is true. So if the condition is true, it will come inside. See the indentation? Please see the indentation. So you have to follow the indentation, right? So that's why print Surya. I want to print Surya. That is the task actually. So according to condition is true, I have to print Surya. Okay, that is the task. It will print Surya. According to 5th point, start plus equal to 1. You have to increment the starting point. So that's why I'm incrementing the starting point. Start plus equal to 1. So start value becomes 2. Earlier 1, right? The start value becomes 2 according to increment operator. So now 2 less than equal to 10. Condition true. When the condition is true, it will print Surya again. Again, start plus equal to 1. So start value become 3. So 3 less than equal to 10. Yes. It will print Surya again. Again, start value becomes 4. Start value becomes 5. Start value becomes 6. Start value becomes 7. 7 less than equal to 10. 8 less than equal to 10. 9 less than equal to 10. Yes. So unless the condition is true, it will print Surya. But at some point of time, start value becomes 10. So 10 less than equal to 10. Condition is true. Condition is true. Again, it will print Surya. Now start value becomes 11. So 11 less than equal to 10. No. 11 less than equal to 10. No. The condition is false. So it won't print actually because the condition is fail. So that's why your while loop starts from 1. Your while loop ends up with 10. Every time the task is Surya. Because of incrementing the start value, it will start from 10. Then this if while condition will repeat for 10 times. If you say end value 100, simply it will print Surya 100 times. Yes, sir. Now, again start value 1, end value 10. I just want to make a modification, a simple modification, comma, start. That means again start value 1, 1 less than equal to 10. Condition is true. So it will print Surya start value. So start value 1, right? It will print Surya 1, Surya 2, Surya 3, Surya 4, Surya 5. Because since up to 10 it will print, because your start value is starting from 1 and end up with 10, right? So your how many times your while loop is repeating, you have to understand. Based on that, it will print Surya 1, Surya 2, up to so on, Surya 10. Yeah. Just imagine a small modification with same program to think about it start value. So it will print Surya 1 into 1. Again it will print Surya 2 into 2. Because every time start value is incrementing, right? 3 into 3, 4 into 4, 5 into 5, 6 into 6, 7 into 7, the respective values will display according to while loop. See, square of start. Again, 3 into 3, 4 into 4, 5 into 5, 6 into 6, like that, it is incrementing. Squaring of the start value. It depends on how the requirement, so that you can understand about how the start value is incrementing. Your keen concentration should be on start value. On what basis the condition is failed, you have to understand. So that's why keep in mind all these points: starting point, ending point, condition, task to be done. You have to increment or decrement the starting point. Yes, sir. So again, the rules and regulations are, after while loop, you have to put colon, which is mandatory. And you have to follow indentation for while loop. Without following indentation, again, you will get syntax errors. Simply. Yes, sir. The same example I will explain in another way. Basically, start equal to 1. I want to start from 1. No problem. End equal to 10. End value is 10. But I will change the condition. While end greater than equal to 1. It's up to me. End greater than equal to start. Yes, sir. What is end value? 10. 10 greater than equal to 1. 10 greater than equal to 1. Yes, condition is true. Why not? So then I will say print end. So you have to be keen observe with end value. The end value is 10. So it will print 10. So then after that, according to last point, what I'm going to say, I'm going to have end minus equal to 1, because you are starting from end, right? So that's why you have to decrement. End minus equal to 1 means end value 10. So it will become 9. So 9 greater than equal to 1. Yes, it will print 9. 8. 8 greater than equal to 1. It will print 8. 7 greater than equal to 1. 6 greater than equal to 1. 5 greater than equal to 1. Because every time it is decrementing, right? That's why. See here. So like this, you can also change the condition according to Lee, because I want to display the numbers, natural numbers from 10 to 1. That's why I have changed the condition. According to condition, I have decrementing, not incrementing. So that's why it is working like that. These are the very, very basic programs which wherever we do in C or C++ or Java, the similar points where we can apply in Python as well. Yes, sir. Let me check with one more program, which is very, very easy understanding to understand while loop, where you want to start, where you want to end, on what basis it will work out. The requirement is that basically I have to accept a number from keyboard. Let me accept a number from keyboard. How can you accept a number from keyboard? Take a variable n, int, raw input, enter a number. So we can accept a value from keyboard. Now just imagine that the value of n is 9. The value of n is 9. So I want to print 9 table, multiplication table, 9 star 1, 9 star 2, 18, so on, 9 star 10, 90. So first of all, you have to analyze where you want to start. I want to start from 1. Where you want to end? I want to end up with 10. Why? Because I can tell you 9 star 1. If you see the output, 9 star 1 equal to 9. 9 star 2 equal to 18, and so on. 9 star 10 equal to 90. So it is starting from 1 up to 10. That's why start value 1, end value 10. Now according to while loop, while condition is normal condition, start less than equal to end. 1 less than equal to 10. Yes, the condition is true. It will come inside. Now see here, what you want to print. I want to print 9 star 1 equal to 9. So I want to print 9. Just imagination, as per imagination, the value of n is 9, right? So n, it will print 9. Concatenation. After that I want to print star. So that's why star. Concatenation. I want to print 1. That's why I'm giving start. So 9 star 1. Then concatenation, I want to print equal to. Then I want to print equal to. So 9 star 1 equal to, it will print as it is. So let us see how it will print. So after that, start plus equal to 1. That is last point. Because start value becomes 2, 9 into 2, 9 into 3, 9 into 4, 9 into 5, like that, it will check. See? So if I accept a number 9, so finally we got some output. Now I want final output. Again concatenation. So n star start. So that means 9 star 1 equal to 9 star 1. At the same time, start value becomes 2. 9 star 2 equal to 9 star 2. 18. Start value becomes 3. 9 star 3 equal to 9 star 3. 27. Now let us see. You will get final output. Enter a number. Now I don't want to check with 9. I can give any number. What is there? 45. So it will print 45 table. So like this, we can have a simple while loop where we can display, where if you want to iterate the loop for n number of times, it will display. Yes, sir. So basically in this demo, we have discussed about operators, arithmetic operators, relational operators, in operator, logical operators, increment operator, decrement operators, comparison operator, how to execute in Spider, how to write a program. Yes, sir. And we have discussed about simple statements, how to check a particular character is verbal or not, using if condition, using if else, and what is the purpose of raw input. Yeah, and what is the exact input statement in 3.8. And here we are calculating the total average, and we are finding out the grade of the student based on the range. So range is a predefined function as I discussed, right? And we are discussing about a simple looping statements, how a loop will works, what are the necessary conditions that are required, starting point, ending point, condition, task to be done, and incrementing the starting value.